G'day everyone and welcome to episode 11 of the Swoopers, the DFR racing show, taking a look at all of the action across Australia on Saturday, November 23rd, which of course is Ballarat Cup Day and also the inaugural running of the Gong at Kembla Grange in New South Wales. It's also Railway Stakes Day over at Ascot, but we'll be focusing on the metropolitan meetings in the eastern states for our SportChamps tournaments this weekend. There's plenty to get involved in as always. SportChamps have thrown up a $10,000 tournament. There's two of those for a $50 buy-in with the choice of one rebuy or no rebuy as per usual. And if you want to play a little bit smaller, you've got the option to buy in for $20 into the two $5,000 tournaments, again with the choice of no rebuys or one rebuy. If you came for some help this Saturday, which you might need some because it looks a very tough day overall at Ballarat and Kembla Grange, but fear not, jump on the DFR website, check out our Swoopers article for all of the selections from our expert team. Let's get into those selections and we'll kick off with my tips for Saturday. I'm going to be focusing on the meeting at Ballarat for their Cup Day. My best bet of the day comes up early in the program. It's race number 2, horse number 3, Bam's on Fire. She's around $2 or $2.10 at the moment. She's first up with Kieran Maher and David Eustace as her trainers. T.O. Nugent's booked for the ride. He takes off a useful 2 kilograms. First up from a spell, she's never finished out of the top 3. She's got a terrific record at the distance. She's got 3 wins and 2 placings from 5 starts. First up last prep, she bolted in by about 5.5 lengths to win her maiden. She then went on to win another 2 races before finishing third in listed company in a good race at Flemington. So I think if she returns in that kind of form, then she's going to be quite clearly the horse to beat here. And I think she's the standout bet on Saturday's card at Ballarat. My value pick and my Ballarat Cup tip are both in the same race, obviously, in the Ballarat Cup. That's race number 8 on the card. And I like 2 horses at each way odds. The first of those is number 8, the Lord Mayor. He's trained by Chris Waller. He's ridden by Michael Walker here. He was an absolute horror show in Sydney last start when I tipped him at about $21. I'm not going to get over it anytime soon, but he should have won. He ran third on that occasion. And at this stage, last preparation in Queensland, he won. So I think with that run under the belt, he's now at peak fitness. As I said, he should have won last start and he's in good form. And he comes into this with a live chance at around $11. My other selection for the race at each way odds is number 12, WT. It's trained by Paddy Payne, ridden by Billy Egan. They've got this horse absolutely flying. He's had 7 starts this preparation. He's won 5 of those and run second on the other 2 occasions. He was beaten and nosed last start in the Kyneton Cup. Now, we saw Pakadali run third in that race. He then came out and won a Group 3 race at Sandown last week. So the form out of that Kyneton Cup has stood up quite reasonably. And I think WT is going to give us a run for our money at good odds. He's around $10. We'll get into Stu Brown's tips next, and his best bet of the day comes up late in the day at Ballarat. It's race number 9, and he's with King of Hastings. It's trained by Anthony Friedman, this horse, and he's had 2 runs back this campaign. He's run second on both of those. First up, if you look at his form, he ran second to a handy horse called Super Seth. He, of course, went on to win the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas. He was then beaten last start by a nose at Moonee Valley, and he's been off the track for about 8 weeks since then, but he's been back to the trials. He won that trial, and he looks very well suited in this race. If he brings his best form, he's clearly going to be a very good chance. That's race 9, King of Hastings at around $5. Stu's best of the day. Stu's best value bet of the day comes up in the last race of the day. It's race 10 at Ballarat, and it's Platinum Angel. It's an $11 chance. She's been kind of knocking on the door and mixing her form a little bit this preparation, but she was not far off Bumper Blast, who's a relatively good horse, 2 starts ago, and then she drops back from 1,500 back to 1,200 metres today. She gets in light with 52 kilos. Lindsay Smith is absolutely flying in Victoria, and one of these days she's going to win one of these races, and Stu thinks today is the day. He thinks that Platinum Angel will be taken out the last race of the day at Ballarat at around $11 as his best value of the day. In the Cup, race 8 at Ballarat, Stu's gone for Dr. Drill. He's a $4 chance. Look, he was the last start winner of the Cranbourne Cup, and prior to that, he was a winner of a race in Sydney. Craig Williams is booked to ride. He's quite clearly flying. He's in terrific form, and if he brings that sort of form to this race, he's once again going to prove a leading chance. So Stu's gone the way of Dr. Drill in the Ballarat Cup. Finally, we'll get into Cory, Frenchy France, his tips for the day, and he's taken us over to Sydney, and he's getting involved very early. He's going pretty hard. First race of the day at Kembla Grange is his best bet of the day, and it's a horse on debut in the 2-year-old. It's number 5, Found Our Thrill. Trained by Gai Waterhouse and Adrian Bott, ridden by Rachel King. She's trialled on 2 occasions leading into her debut today. You might look back at her first trial, and she went to the line alongside a filly called Tilia Rose. Now, we saw Tilia Rose come out and win the Max Lees Classic at Newcastle last week. Obviously, that trial form stood up very well. And then at her most recent trial, found out through was just given an easy time of things. So you know that she's going to be rock hard fit. You know Gay Waterhouse is going to have these 2-year-olds ready to win on debut. And Cory's made it his best bet of the day. Race 1 at Kembla Grange, number 5, Found Our Thrill. Cory's best value bet of the day is also in Sydney at Kembla Grange. He's with race 6. It's the Gong, the feature race of the day, and number 2, Star of the Seas. Trained by Chris Waller, ridden by Glenn Boss. This horse is dropping out of Group 1 company in his past couple of starts. You'll see 2 starts ago, he ran 3rd in a Group 1 behind the likes of Colding and Tear Cow Shark. Now, that's obviously very, very strong form. We saw Tear Cow Shark go and run very well in the Cox Plate. So that form is obviously very strong. This is an easier race than that. And the blinkers come off today after his poor showing in Melbourne last start. But if he was to bounce back to his best form, he would well and truly be capable of winning this. So at around $8, Cory's made that his best value bet of the day in the Gong. Finally, Cory's tip for the Ballarat Cup. He's with the top weight number 150 Stars at $5.50. This is another horse that's dropping out of Group 1 company. 2 starts ago, he was beaten a nose in Group 1 company at Flemington in the Cantelar Stakes. And then last start, he was only beaten about 3.5 lengths by Magic Wand in the McKinnon Stakes. So obviously, this is a significantly easier race than those two. And if he was to reproduce that kind of form, he'd be very hard to beat. That's race 8, 50 Stars, around $5.50. As I said, another huge weekend of racing ahead. Ballarat Cup Day, the Gong meeting at Kembla Grange. We've got Railway Stakes over in Western Australia. Jump on the DFR website, check out our Swoopers article. You can find all of our selections from the team to hopefully find you some winners for your SportChamps tournaments this Saturday. We'll be back next Saturday to do it all again and find you some winners for your SportChamps tournaments. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend and good luck.